All right, so let's get some more practical examples of what's going on out there. We've got another partner and an IBM exec coming up. So joining me is Vice President, Industry Analytics Solutions, Marc Andrews, and CEO of Mobileum, Bobby Srinivasan. Bobby. Great. How did I do with your name? I think I nailed it. Practiced all night. I spoke earlier about the importance of specializing and selling to the line of business buyer. We've just heard about it from Ken. I discussed all those characteristics of the kind of business partner of the future, and I think we might have another James Bond up here. On behalf of the business partners here today, I'm excited to learn more about IBM's strategy with industry solutions. And Bobby's going to tell us something about the telecommunication industry. So Marc, I understand your group's fairly new at IBM. Can you help us understand why your group was set up?
Yeah, well, while you heard a lot about this from Bob at the beginning, and Marc and others talked about this, the importance of being able to deliver solutions to the line of business. So at the beginning of this year, we actually created a new group at IBM, and we were operating in stealth mode for the first 5 months or so. And in May, we formally announced and introduced a set of new industry-specific analytic solutions. And we really set up this group to deliver pre-built industry analytics solutions to our clients. And when we talk about industry-specific solutions, what we're doing is really delivering 3 sets of things. The first thing that we're delivering are a set of out-of-the-box pre-built dashboards and interfaces to deliver insights directly to a business user for a specific purpose to address a specific business need. Then behind that, what we've done is we've created pre-built analytic models to generate those insights. And then finally, have predefined data models and interfaces and connectors to line of business industry-specific source systems to accelerate the collection and integration of data from those different systems to make them available for analytics. And we've packaged all of these things into a set of solutions. We introduced 20 new industry solutions back in May, and 13 of them became generally available at the end of the second quarter. Another 4 became generally available just last month, and the remaining will become generally available next week. And these are completely assembled IBM technologies into a single orderable offering with one part number that you can order to address these industry.
So that's great. You use the word accelerate. You're not starting from square one. You're moving a lot of the way along the solution path. That's great. So Bobby, welcome. And can you tell us a little bit about Mobileum?
Thank you, Marc. I mean Darren.
Call me Marc. That's fine.
Yes, I'm one of the co-founders of Mobileum. I started the company about a decade ago. We work with about 650 mobile operators around the world and help monetize roaming data and insights. Most currently, we've just spun out a company called GlobeTouch, which is a mobile operator-owned, probably going to be one of the largest IoT M2M networks in the world, carrying hundreds of millions of device data for us. So
you have a tremendous amount of customers and a lot going on. That's unbelievable. So that's very cool. We're going to ask a lot more about your company in a second. But first, you introduced these new industry solutions in May. Can you describe the strategy for these solutions and what's the value to the business partner community? Maybe beyond anything you mentioned earlier, or maybe we've done it.
No, absolutely. So we've been developing and bringing to market the industry-leading analytics technologies and platforms for big data, Hadoop, for database and data management, information integration, BI, et cetera. And one of the things we've heard from our clients and from you is that it takes a lot of time, sometimes too long, to integrate all of these different pieces into a solution that addresses a line of business need. We've been more of a arms provider, if you will, as opposed to providing the actual solutions themselves. So part of the objective here was to enable our partners to not have to spend their time on the lower value effort of stitching all of our different pieces together, but help you accelerate your ability to deliver business value for your clients and provide more pre-built capabilities for that journey.
That's very exciting for this partner community here. Bobby, I know you specialize in the telecommunications field. I know you know it inside and out, and that's what makes you a partner of the future. What's going on in that industry these days?
Well, I think the one word is disruption. I think they're being disrupted by the over-the-top vendors. The handset providers, they've got their own ecosystems. And with companies like Google and Facebook, who are putting up projects like Project Loom or Facebook with the internet.org, where they're trying to make connectivity free. So in these times, you no longer, to Mark's point, just be a parts vendor to go in there and say, we're here to sell you something. It's about providing strategic value that can provide a true deterrent and build value in these times of tremendous amounts of change.
And this disruption, Mark, is it unique to telco?
No, I mean, absolutely not. You actually yourself talked about what happened to the photo industry, but we see in retail people being disrupted by, and everyone is afraid of Amazon, disrupted by new ways of consumers purchasing products, investigating products. In the banking industry, they're being disintermediated by PayPal and Square and others, and the net profit margins have decreased dramatically. They're looking for new ways to drive revenue streams. And even in manufacturing, they're trying to figure out how they can take advantage of the Internet of Things and all these connected devices to add new business value.
Every industry.
Absolutely.
Every industry. So there's lots of opportunity out there to help. So, Bobby, can you describe what Mobileum is going to focus on this upcoming year?
Yeah, I think that our focus really is to try and figure out and work with these operators in trying to help monetize insights. You have to close the loop on insights and provide business models now that are much more outcome-oriented. Let me give you an example. A lot of the people in this room travel around the world. The first thing you do is shut off data roaming. When you shut off data roaming, that is approximately a $17 billion loss a year to the industry. So what these guys want us to do is come back and figure out who's shutting off the phones, what kinds of programs we can do to prevent them from not being silent when you travel,
right,
and providing them with a business model where we can share in a portion, if we can actually get them stimulated while they roam, get a portion of that $17 billion of revenue. So these models are changing, the way we work with these operators are changing, and that's really where we are.
Yeah, data roaming is something that needed to be fixed, right? So,
and we're doing that. So,
you talked about the outcome based, and I love that. I mentioned that selling business outcomes to business users.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of one of these outcomes?
So one example is this conversion of this silent roamer or silent traveler, people that just go out and shut their phones off. Another great example is taking the same kind of data, and if you're able to do predictive analytics around who's traveling, imagine now if AT&T can provide a demand forecast to Airbnb on how many rooms you need to book in New York and what inventory to keep in New York, because the only people that have the most effective inventory, the most effective ability to predict travel is AT&T or Verizon. And those are the kinds of things that we're doing. And from that, we're able to create a demand forecast for some of these vendors and share in those positive outcomes.
So you've got a really interesting approach. Can you describe how this approach has helped your company compete for new business in the communication space together with IBM?
Oh, I think a number of the projects we're involved with are in this genre of trying to take the data and insights, close the loop on these insights, provide business models which are much more, not really CapEx and OpEx, but more based on outcome and sharing of positive outcomes. And I think that's where we are different. And I think that's really the model of the future, because these guys just don't have the ready money to spend $25, $30 million of CapEx today, unless you're able to go out and provide them with really good, and I think that's where IBM works very well with us, because they're not just giving us just hardware and software, they're working with us in these business cases and these outcomes, and together we're able to go out and create packages that we can go and offer.
This is a really nice match, right? You're so focused on an industry. IBM's always been known for its industry expertise. So Mark, what do you want the partners in the room to go and do from here?
Well, the obvious thing is go sell these new industry solutions. But there's a few things that we want you to really think about. One is go and learn about the new industry solutions. All of you have focus areas in very particular industries. You're building up expertise and knowledge, and we'd really like you to learn more about how these solutions can be used by you to help accelerate your ability to deliver value to your clients. There's going to be information in the expo hall where you can see demonstrations of most of these solutions and learn what they're capable of. So really go and figure out how they could be applied and leveraged in your industry. Obviously, once you leave here, we're eager for you to start introducing and taking these to your clients and seeing how they could be applied within their business area. And then finally, much like you heard around Watson Analytics and the storybooks, our industry solution focus is broader than just developing a set of pre-built solutions ourselves. We're actually very eager to work with you and work with partners to develop some solutions together. And we've already started doing that. We announced a new regulatory compliance solution with Deloitte. We're looking forward to introducing additional solutions with other of you. I know I've had some conversations with a few partners about solutions we can deliver together in healthcare and other industries. So please work with us and let us know how we can work together to deliver a new industry solution.
Excellent. So guys, this has been great. I've spoken about the importance of specialization, selling line of business. You've shown us real examples of that today. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dan.